Hello everybody. This week's Parsha is Parsha's Beshalach, and the highlight of the Parsha this week is Kriyas Yamsuf, and the drama leading up to it, and the events that follow. The Jews just left Egypt. They were headed towards Midbar Sinai, and they come across a big body of water called the Yamsuf. They see that there's nowhere left to go. They turn around and see the Egyptians are chasing them now with their weapons drawn. So the Yidden panic, and the Medrash tells us that they split into 4 camps about how to respond to this situation. One group says, let's jump into the ocean and let's kill ourselves. We're stuck. The other group says, no, let's turn back around. Let's give ourselves back in chains. Let's go back to slavery. Don't kill ourselves. We lost. It was a noble fight, but time to go back. The third group says, we're not going back as slaves. Better to die free men. Let's go down fighting. Let's turn around and fight them to the very last one of us. And the fourth group says there's absolutely nothing we could do to get out of this. Let's turn to Hashem and daven that He save us. And Hashem told Moshe, hinted to in the following psukim, that all 4 groups were wrong. The correct answer is Daber el bnei Yisrael v'yiso. I told them to go towards Har Sinai. That's what they should do. They should keep traveling towards Har Sinai. And as we all know, Nachshon ben Aminadav jumped into the water. He said, we're moving forward, and the sea split for him. Now, this is not just a historical story. Like everything in Torah, it holds a profound lesson, and especially this story is something that everyone in life goes through. These 4 camps, these 4 responses, and at some point we got to tap into Hashem's response that He wants from us. Let me explain. We all start off our lives very ambitious, looking to create a beautiful life for ourselves, looking to make a real imprint on the world, looking to bring Mashiach, bring Geula. I'm starting off a family, looking to create a beautiful family. And that's the way we set out. But then we realize that we're paralyzed. There are so many challenges. Life is so complex. And we think that our original ambitions were wishful thinking. So when we feel so stuck, when we set out to do something big, when we set out to live a really rich spiritual life and a life of redemptiveness, a life of being a source of inspiration for myself, for my family, and when I see how stuck I become, when I see how challenging life's challenges are, when I see that people aren't so receptive to this message, then I freeze. Or one of 4 responses we take on. One is, okay, let me just jump into the ocean. Yeah, there's too many problems. There's nothing I can do about this, so let me just go live my own life and forget about it. It was a noble attempt, but I lost. The other attempt could be, I'll keep going through the motions, but I'm back in slavery. In other words, there's no way I'm getting out of this. There's no way I could really live redemptively. There's no way I could really live on a high. I'm going to keep going through the motions, but I'm going to live, as the famous statement goes, I'll live in silent desperation. The third group is, I'm still going to hold on to my fire. I feel so stuck, but that fire is going to be towards negating the enemy. We see that sometimes in building a family. If things get challenging in the family, then what was a passionate love could turn into a passionate instigation or fighting against. Or if a bacher, or someone starts off very spiritually high in their Judaism and they see how many challenges there is to life, they hold on to that fire in trying to just negate other groups. They lost their real inspiration, so the fire that they had in them is now about shutting down this group, explaining why this group is wrong, why this group is wrong. That's the other response that we sometimes have. And the fourth response is, listen, I would love to do Geula. I would love to live ambitious and redemptive, but it's just too challenging and there's nothing I can do about it, so God help me. And Hashem says all 4 of these are wrong. In fact, all 4 of these are stemming from the same problem, which is they are all responses towards being stuck. The common denominator between all 4 of these groups is I am stuck. There's no way out of this. So therefore, either fight it, run away from it, jump, admit defeat, or just daven to Hashem. But what a Jew needs to realize is that, as the Rebbe once told a woman, a Yid is kein mal nicht stuck. A Jew is never stuck. There's a piece of us that's never stuck in our problems. And Hashem said, I told you to go to Har Sinai, go to Har Sinai. But it seems like there's so many crippling challenges, you can transcend those challenges. You have a 5th way of living, which is that you're not stuck in those problems that seem to be holding you down. Keep trucking forward, using your brain to try to figure out what's the best path forward. The sea's so many challenges in the way. Walk forward and see the sea split. And originally, it seems like that part of our soul, which we know somewhere deep down is never stuck in our problems, but it seems so mysterious. It seems like it's so abstract. Practically, I see so many problems around me. How can I not respond in one of these 4 ways? So for that, Hashem tells us that if we at least it starts with a leap of faith. The first step is take a leap of faith. Live as if you're above your problems. Live as if these problems that you see, which are real, but they don't contain you. You could contain them. Or they don't paralyze you. You don't need to respond to the problems. You could create the solution. And if I believe such, if I believe that way, and I'm willing to take one step in, then that part of my soul will actually come out in a revealed, open way, and I'm actually going to be the facilitator of the solution. The problem that was in front of me will all of a sudden split from in front of my path. We could live this way. May we live this way. Have a great Shabbos.